Welcome to Date Night with the
Coopers.
On this channel, we do film and sometimes TV reviews. Now, if we like a film, what do we do?
Upstream, put it in your queue.
And if we don't like a film?
Keep scrolling.
And a little housekeeping, please comment, like, subscribe, because we like comments. You like comments, right? Good comments? Comments. He says I always have comments.
Comments.
I do have comments. Please, we appreciate the support. We really do. We are going to be discussing Beast. It was a beast of a movie. This is actually our anniversary week. Woo woo! 9 years, y'all. 9 years.
Yep.
But we talk about that later. Look, let's get into Beast. Beast is starring Idris Elba. Directed by who?
That would be Baltasar Kormaker.
And he's an Icelandic director, that's where he's from. And this was a film that was shot in South Africa. Film. This is an interesting film because it reminds me of Cujo, but much better.
Yeah, it was. It's an interesting movie. It's a man versus nature movie, but it's also a chase movie. So you've got these kind of two elements coming together.
Specs on.
Yeah, your specs are on.
My specs are. Keep going.
And but it's a man versus lion.
Yeah, and this is written by screenwriter Ryan Engel, and this is brought to us by Will Packer Productions. He produced it. But the interesting thing about this film is there was a publicist that came up with the idea.
Pitched it.
Yeah, I love that idea because that's what I do. I pitch programs. So yeah. Let's get into it. Idris Elba in this movie plays Dr. Nate Samuels. Okay, so he is recently separated and also recently a widow. Yeah. So he separates with his wife. I don't think he wanted to separate. That's what we gathered from the story. Yeah. But he's never around because he's a doctor. That's the feel we got. He's just not as involved with the kids. So they separate, and then she gets cancer and passes away. Mm-hmm. So obviously the two teenage daughters he brings to Africa on this safari, South Africa, which is where his deceased wife was from. Right. He brings the two, just kind of like bond and connect on holiday, right? Mm-hmm. And the older daughter obviously has beef with him.
She's grieving.
Yeah, she's grieving.
Yeah, but she blames him.
Blames him for all of it. And the younger daughter is a little bit more sympathetic, but that's also because she's young. Yeah. She's young. The younger daughter is the more idealistic one. And they're visiting a mutual friend.
Played by Charlton Copley.
Known for what?
18. He was in Chappie. He was in District 9. Which he's known for.
Yeah, I saw him in District 9. That's what I saw. And 18 too. Yeah. So he plays a good friend. He's like a game warden. He's protecting the lions and the animals. So they stay with him. So all of the craziness kicks off when they go to some safari to go see what's out there, to go see things, which is like an everyday thing for, his friend.
He's a ranger.
Yeah, he's like a ranger. So crazy thing is the bad guys in this film are the poachers. Yeah. So unbeknownst to them, the poachers had just killed off an entire lion pride, like all the female lions.
Except for the male.
And the male, he wasn't having it. Yeah. He was not having it. And he was on some of his revenge type, yeah, ish, as they say, revenge. Had a lot of human qualities to him. Mm-hmm. And so we're dealing with this chase, as Ralph just said, this chase movie because they enter into a very angry lion's domain, unbeknownst to them, and it just gets crazy.
Lions are already territorial, and so they get stranded, in his territory, and he ain't playing.
Right. The craziest thing to me about this was the fact they got these young actors to act like they were scared throughout the movie. And I was watching some interview with the director Kormaker, and he said that he doesn't like to have consistent fear in a situation. Like he likes to, when you're in a real life situation, when you're afraid, you're not constantly the whole time, right? Right. There's moments of calm, and they definitely had moments of calm in this movie. But it just made it more tense. Yeah. Because you just, like me, I'm thinking, I'm about to get up. Well, did I get up this movie as much as the other? Usually I run, I come back.
You did not get up, but you did spend a lot of time like this.
Because there's a lot of tension with that lion. Like that lion was taking a hit and keep on, just like the insects that we saw in Florida. Like we love insects. We love insects. We know everything's God creatures. But those insects, I say, if you inside the house now, you fair game. If you a long creature, look like a dinosaur. And they was like, you hit me, you sprayed me, so what? evolved.
They just take it.
They just take it. When we were in Florida, I said, oh, wow. But anyway.
But we digress.
We digress big time. There were wonderful child actors in this movie, by the way. Mm-hmm. They did a splendid job. Okay, let's get to the nitty gritty. Mm-hmm. Ralph, do you think this was a well-made film?
So cinematically, visually, they spend a lot of time getting these kind of great vistas, these amazingly composed shots of Africa and the Savanna and skylines and nature. So visually, it's a really interesting movie.
Right. Do you believe the performers? Were the performers good?
The actors were good. I mean, but you know, it's a genre that we've seen before. Right. So it's a man versus lion or man versus nature. You know, it's Leonardo DiCaprio versus the bear. I mean, we've seen it before, but I think it's an interesting take on it. You know, where the lion kind of supersedes his lionness and becomes almost like spiritual in nature.
Yeah, he's like defending all the animals at that point.
What's that? There's a movie with Michael Douglas. I think it's called Ghost in the Darkness.
You
remember that?
I think so.
80s movie. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but it's a similar genre where the lion begins to take on the characteristics of more of like an angry spirit of the lion than just a regular animal.
Yeah, they kept saying lions don't usually do this.
Right.
He was wrecking shop with those people. I said, what?
But the poachers took out his females, you know.
Oh, the whole part. They didn't leave him one.
Not even the cubs.
So because then he has to defend his territory against other, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
You know how it goes in Lion Kingdom. Do you think it's good for date night? Is it good for cuddling with your boo? Or cuddling with the cat?
So here's the question. I'm trying to decide if I actually liked the movie because it was just fun to watch with you.
That's because you like to see me jump and go, ooh, ah, ooh.
I mean, most of the movie was like this, where it's dark, it's really, really dark, and there's a lion on the prowl, and we don't know where he is. And then all of a sudden he shows up, you know. Yeah. So, I mean, it's the kind of thing you expect to see in a horror film, but it's not a horror film. It's a thriller. It's
a thriller. Yeah. And I like the complex relationships of family.
That's true.
I like to watch, because you know when you watch something like that, you hope they come together. Yeah. And that's part of it. Yeah. So that also was another beast. Yeah. Was their relationship to me. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's true.
Are we upstreaming this or downstream? What are we doing?
I think I had a fun time watching this movie with you, so I'm going to say upstream.
I'm going to upstream it too. I think it's entertaining. I mean, the lion, I guess it was CGI, but you don't think that when you're watching. It's a lion just, taking everybody out. Yeah. So, sometimes you felt like you were rooting for the lion. Yeah, that's but true. Not when he was messing with Idris' family.
Sometimes you did.
You, Ralph.
I mean, the teenagers were typical teenagers. You're like, oh, why are you being such a teenager?
Doing some stuff, jumping out of cars. I told you to stay put, doing stuff.
I know.
That's it, but
doing stuff. And this was on Peacock too, by the way.
It's on Peacock. Okay. Well, that's our review, guys. Thank you for support. Patreon is coming out soon. And happy anniversary to us.
Yay.
Yes. And yes, continue to scroll responsibly. Bye-bye.